Let's move on. The next fight. Tavoris Cloud. Anybody out there in TV land who Tavoris Cloud is? Only our true boxing fans. Not the casual fan, but our true boxing fans know about Tavoris Cloud. Fellas, he's fighting I don't want to say no name because I'm not a fighter myself. So anybody above me in fighting is I'm a no name.
They got a name, right?
They got a name. But he's fighting this individual who I'll let you, the fans, figure out on the night of the fight. But let's talk about Tavoris Cloud, the individual, the fighter. What are your thoughts on Tavoris Cloud, Keith?
I think he's a pretty good up and coming fighter. He has a lot of knockouts. He has a good KO percentage. He fought a tough game from Glenn Johnson. We know Glenn Johnson will give everybody at 168, 175 run for their money. He may not win the fight, but I feel like he'll take all of them down to the wire. I think Tavoris Cloud, he weathered that cloud. I think it was a good first step up. It would have been nice to see him continually climb up the ladder. I think at this point in his career, Glenn Johnson maybe, I hate to say it, maybe a C-class fighter, but, it would have been nice to kind of see him, step from C to C plus to B minus to B plus, going up the list. But it's just going to be interesting to see how his career plays out, A lot of times when these fighters, they get undefeated, when they get to a certain point, that's when they start to become managed fighters. It's almost like wrestling where they try to make a character, out of these fighters. And it's like, oh, Tavoris Cloud, the attraction, and everything goes from boxing to the actual event. So it's just going to be interesting to see how he's managed. I always say that a fighter doesn't make a name for himself until they're in a war that, airs on national television. And everybody said, man, that was a really good fight. Did you see that Tavoris Cloud fight? He hasn't been up against the competition to really put himself in that kind of fight. I mean, I'd like to see him fight maybe Pascal or Dawson. Not saying that they're better fighters, but it'd be good to see him fight another young fighter. There's a lot of fighters at that 175 range.
Is his real last name Cloud?
His real last name is Cloud.
Hey man, what I gotta say about Tavoris Cloud is I like the guy. He's a very entertaining fighter, not a boxer. Tavoris Cloud, he comes, he always commits, and he's ready to fight.
Yeah.
But he's in a fucking terrible division. That division sucks.
It's a good amount of fighters there, though.
It is. But for Tavoris Cloud, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna have to, call out his fights. You know what I'm saying? If he is that committed to be
So
great.
who you want to see him fight?
I would like to see him fight a veteran. Chad Dawson, Bernard Hopkins, somebody that's been around.
Hopkins want that fight.
I really think those guys will possess problems for a guy like Tavoris Cloud.
Pascal?
Because
Pascal?
Gene Pascal? Not really. That'll be a fight. That'll be a.
I got Pascal winning personally.
Well, I think that'll just be
That's
chaotic.
kind of big.
No.
I mean, Tavoris Cloud, he's definitely got a bright future, but for him to succeed and be great, he's going to have to call the shots. He's going to have to...
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to worry about, how he's managed.
Yeah.
But what about this division, Lo? What about this division that attracts us as true boxing fans, that separates the casual boxing fan from this particular division? What is this division lacking? What do they need to as an upstart? I mean, we've had
They need a knockout
out
artist.
Yeah, right.
They need somebody that's just putting people out.
I mean, this is the division between the middleweights and the heavyweights, really. I mean, this is the division that people are going to look at and say, well, what is it that they can provide? What is it that they're going to make me want to look for? I think that the light heavyweight division, well, super middleweight, light heavyweight, maybe cruiserweight, is the division that needs to show that boxing is not dead. The Klitschko's are running the heavyweight division. We've got a lot of welterweights, Mayweather, Pacquiao, guys like that, who are keeping the lower weight classes on the forefront. But
Right.
You really don't hear about the super middleweights, the light heavyweights. You've got Lucien Butte, you've got guys like that, and then we've talked about Glenn Johnson and fighters like that. But I think that what this division really needs is, as Keith said, a big puncher, a knockout puncher. This is what Cloud does.
We need
I like
a guy
Cloud a lot.
to take risks. Just take a risk. And if you're the best, then fight the best. And
See, but it's not even that. It's the knockout artist, but you got to have charisma with it.
Yeah.
You have to be charismatic. You have to draw interest. I mean, that's
Andre Ward.
Well, that's the thing with Andre Ward. That's my problem with Andre Ward. He doesn't knock anybody out. He's a great boxer. And my problem is that everybody in between 168 and 175 feel like 175 is like a graduation step almost for super middleweights. These guys want to be these great boxers.
It's a suffering division.
It's a suffering division.
Suffering
but
division.
it's not suffering talent. It is a lot of talent
talent's
there.
there.
It's a lot of talent.
Talent's there.
Somebody just needs to start knocking people out. Load some gloves up or something. Somebody go out.